Rosé's Rosé has now surpassed 2.4 billion streams on Spotify, extending its record for the fastest album by a K-pop female act to reach this milestone. Alter Ego album has reached 2 million sales worldwide. It currently ranks as the sixth best-selling album released in 2025. Like Jennie, Live at Coachella 2025 has surpassed 10 million views, continuing to be the most viewed performance on YouTube. All Eyes on Me by Jisoo has now surpassed 160 million streams on Spotify. It is her second song to reach this milestone. Jennie became the most streamed K-pop artist on Spotify in April 2025 with 4 million streams. Priceless becomes Lisa's second highest peaking song in 2025 on iTunes US. Maroon 5's and Lisa's Priceless is trending at number 1 worldwide on YouTube and scores the second highest new entry on the worldwide iTunes songs chart, landing at number 2. Priceless scores the fourth highest new entry on European iTunes, landing at number 10, after reaching number 1 in multiple countries and 25 on US iTunes and still rising. Rosé has now surpassed 1 billion points on Circle's digital chart, joining aespa's Armageddon as the only 2024 albums to achieve this. Jennie's Ruby is now the sixth longest charting album by a K-pop soloist on Spotify Global Weekly Album Chart. Ruby rises to number 7 on Global Spotify Weekly Top Albums Chart. It's the longest running 2025 album by an Asian act in the top 10. Apathy by Rosé and Bruno Mars becomes the first music video in history to spend 100 days at number 1 on YouTube US Top Music Videos Daily Chart. Priceless by Lisa and Maroon 5 debuts with 287,000 streams on its first partial day on Spotify. Number 1 Girl by Rosé has now surpassed 200 million streams on Spotify. It's her fifth song overall to achieve this milestone. Lisa extends her record as the most followed female K-pop soloist on Spotify with 11.6 million followers. Rosé album Rosé is the only K-pop artist to surpass 1 billion streams on Spotify in 2025 so far. Alter Ego has jumped 14 spots on the worldwide iTunes albums chart to 47, currently the highest charting album by a K-pop soloist. Jennie's Like Jennie rises to number 6 on the global Spotify chart with 3 million streams and holds at 7 on the global Spotify weekly chart with 25 million streams, making it the longest-running 2025 song by a female act in the top 10, and the longest-running solo top 10 entry by a female K-pop soloist. Like Jennie also remains in the top 50 on this week's UK singles chart at 50, and now ties Lisa's Money as the longest-running solo song by a female K-pop soloist on the UK singles chart. Additionally, Like Jennie has now spent 5 days at number 1 on Melon Daily chart. Jennie's Ruby rises to number 7 on the global Spotify weekly top albums chart, marking its 7th week on the top 10, making it the longest-running 2025 album by an Asian act in the top 10. Ruby is now also the 6th longest-charting album by a K-pop soloist on the Spotify Global Weekly Albums chart, surpassing Indigo by RM. Apathy became the 4th longest-charting song by a K-pop solo artist on the YouTube Global Weekly Top Songs chart, surpassing Solo by Jennie. Rosé and Bruno Mars' hit Apathy has been certified 8-time platinum in Australia for over 560,000 units sold, making it the second highest certified song by a K-pop act in the country, just behind PS5's Gangnam Style. The song also ties Jimin's Who as the longest-running K-pop track on the UK singles chart this decade, now spending 28 weeks on the chart and currently sitting at 24. Lisa's Alter Ego has reached number 1 on iTunes Grenada, marking its 57th number 1 on iTunes worldwide. Jisoo at the Boyfriend on Demand wrap-up party. She gave Apple Watch and Dior gifts to the staffs. Jisoo's Boyfriend on Demand filming has wrapped up yesterday. Top 10 most popular female soloist songs on Melon in April 2025.